Hello friends, welcome back. In the principles and practice of management, today let us study about the levels of management, different levels of management. Yes, the meaning of management. Management is the art of getting things done by a group of people with the effective utilization of available resources. There are various definitions given by various management gurus, but simply management is the process consisting of the functions of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling the operations to achieve the specified objectives. Okay. In short, I have given you the meaning of management because we have already studied regarding the meaning, definition and concept of management. So in this lesson, we'll study about the different levels of management. Levels of management. The term levels of management refers to a line of demarcation between various managerial positions in an organization. The number of levels in management increases when the size of the business and workforce increases and vice versa. The level of management determines a chain of command within an organization as well as the amount of authority and status enjoyed by managerial positions. In our last class, we studied about the management and administration. So we have studied there that the administration are the owners. Management, when it comes to management, they are the employees. So in the management, there may be different levels. At every level, we may have managers. So what are these levels? What are their functions and what work they have to perform? This will study in detail, and that itself is the level of management. So this picture gives you an idea of the levels of management. Okay, at the top we have this person. He is a higher level manager, you can say, or he is an owner or administrator. Below him at the next level we have these three managers, and next level under each manager we have two subordinates. Okay, so this is just a structure I have given you as an example. So the levels of management can be classified into three broad categories: top level or administrative level, middle level or executory, lower level supervisory, operative, or we call them as first line managers. Okay, so we'll study in detail about these three different categories. Here I have just framed out the functions at three different levels: top level management, executive coaching, change management, leadership, delegation and empowerment, etc. In the middle level, we have problem solving, team building, talent development, performance management, etc. At the lower level, we have emotional intelligence and coaching for performance and etc. Okay. The first category, top level management. It consists of board of directors, chief executives and managing directors. The top management is the ultimate source of authority and it manages goals and policies for an enterprise. It devotes more time on planning and coordinating functions. So usually the top level, they are either the administrators or the top level managers, and they are the authority to decide, plan and make the policies. The role of top management can be summarized as follows. The top management lays down objectives and broad policies of the enterprise. It makes the objectives and policies for the enterprise so that it can reach its goal. Secondly, it issues necessary instructions for preparation of department budgets, procedures, schedules, etc. So enterprise as a whole, it has different departments. For each department, it makes policies and guidelines and certain procedure for execution of the departments. Thirdly, it prepares strategic plans and policies for the enterprise. Plans and policies are always framed by the top authorities. It appoints executive for middle level, that is departmental managers. So it is the higher authority. Under a single enterprise we have different departments or sections. For each department it appoints a manager who looks after the complete department, and there are also certain employees under him, and it may be human resources or physical resources. Fifthly, it controls and coordinates the activities of all the departments. The higher authority, the owner, the top level management, it always has control over all the departments and their activities. It is also responsible for maintaining a contact with the outside world. So as a top manager, it should always have connection with the outside world. The changes in the government policies, the changes in the foreign policies, the changes in the environment, the forecast, depending on that it has to change its plans and procedures. So always the top management should have a contact with the outside world. It provides guidance and direction. As per the forecast or the surveys done by the top management, it provides the guidance and direction for its employees or different departments. The top management is also responsible towards the shareholders for the performance of the enterprise. So ultimately we study that the success of an organization is always measured on the market value of shares, that is the EPS, earning per share of the shareholders. So the top management should also keep in mind regarding the profit made as well as the wealth maximization. So when we say here wealth maximization, it is the wealth of the shareholders. So which means the increase in the market value of shares, which again leads to the increase in the goodwill of the enterprise. Okay, so these are the roles that is to be played by the top management. So we have studied about the top level management and the role played by the top level management. Now we'll study about the middle level management. The branch managers and departmental managers constitute the middle level. Okay, so top level, they are the higher level, they have the authority, they are the policy and objective makers. And here middle level are the departmental managers or section managers or branch managers, you can say. They are responsible to the top management for functioning of their department. Okay, the departmental managers should execute the policies framed by the authority, that is the top management, towards the department. They devote more time to organizational and directional functions. So they have been given certain schedules and directions, and they have to concentrate more towards the directions given by their top authority. In small organization, there is only one layer of middle level of management. But in big enterprises, there may be senior and junior middle level of management. So we may have different types of companies, different types of organizations or enterprises. If it is smaller, the levels may be lesser. If it is higher, in middle level, again there may be a division of the managers. Now we'll study the role played by the middle level management. Firstly, they execute the plans of the organization in accordance with the policies and directives of the top management. So as we have studied, the top management will frame the policies and directions, and the middle level management should look into the executions of the plans that is made by the top level management. Secondly, they make plans for subunits of the organizations. So here the middle level managers are the managers for their department or their section. They can further make plans for the execution of their particular department. They participate in employment and training of lower level management. So these are the middle level management. There is another level where we call it as lower level management. These middle level management are responsible for training of the lower level management. They interpret and explain policies from top level to the lower level. These are like the middle level. Whatever is given by the top level, they take it, they understand it, and they pass it on to the lower level managers. They are responsible for coordinating the activities within the division or department. So they are responsible. It is their duty to coordinate the activities that have been framed by the top level. It also sends important reports and other important data to the top level. They are always responsible to send the data, that is the work done by their department, the progress report of the department, the activities that has been done. That data and report should be reported to the higher level. They evaluate performance of junior managers. As they are the managers of their department, they have the authority to evaluate the performance of their juniors. They are also responsible for inspiring low-level managers towards a better performance. So, for their department, they are the head, and it is their duty and an activity to encourage their employees or their lower level employees or managers to perform better and to reach the goal in a more effective way. So these are the roles played by the middle level management. So we'll study the last level, that is lower level of management. Lower level is also known as supervisory, operative level of management. It consists of supervisors, foremen, section officers, superintendent, etc. According to R.C. Davis, supervisory management refers to those executives whose work has to be largely with personal oversight and direction of operative employees. In other words, they are concerned with direction and controlling the function of management. So these are the managers who work under the middle level management. We call them as supervisors, foremen, section officers, etc. So what is their role, what they have to do? This we'll see in our next part. So now let us study the activities performed by the low-level managers. Firstly, assigning of jobs and tasks to various workers. So at the lower level manager, we call them as supervisors or officers. So here their job is to assign the work to the laborers. Secondly, they guide and instruct workers for day-to-day activities. Thirdly, they are responsible for the quality as well as quantity of production, because these are the supervisors who supervise the work done by the workers. So day-to-day activities, the performance of the workers should be maintained, and these are the persons who are responsible for the quality and quantity of the work. They are also entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining good relation in the organization. So here again, they are the middlemen between the low-level workers and the managers. So It is the responsibility of a supervisor to maintain a good relation between the workers and the managers for the effective execution of the work. They communicate to workers' problems, suggestions, and recommendatory appeals, etc., to the higher level and higher level goals and objectives to the workers. So, as we have stated in the point number 4, they are responsible for maintaining good relation. That means they act as a middleman between the workers and the top level management. They communicate the responsibility that has been assigned to the workers from top level to them, and they also recommend the problems of the workers to the top level management. Sixth one, they help to resolve the grievances of the workers. As they are in direct contact with the workers, they also help to solve the problems of the workers. They supervise and guide the subordinates. They are also responsible for providing training to the workers. They have to provide training to the lower level workers. They arrange necessary materials, machine tools, etc. for getting the things done. Everyday activity, the things or the resources, whatever is required, should be provided by the supervisor to the workers. They prepare periodical reports about the performance of the worker. So every manager has to make the report of everyday performance of every worker. So the supervisor makes the report of his workers, and the manager, the middle level manager, there also we studied that he makes a report and every data to be submitted to the top level management. So the workers' performance report is prepared by the supervisor. In turn, the manager prepares the report of his supervisors. They ensure discipline in the enterprise, as they are considered as a mediator between the workers and the managers. It's their duty to maintain the discipline in the enterprise. They motivate workers. They are the image builders of the enterprise because they are in direct contact with the workers. Okay. So these are the activities that are performed by low level managers. So we have studied 3 different levels of management, that is top level management, middle level and lower level. Top levels are the administrators or the owners or the top level manager who build up policies and procedures. Middle level managers are section managers or department managers, and lower level managers are supervisors or foremen. Okay, so as a summary, an organization can have many different managers across a variety of titles, authority levels and levels of management. Hierarchy that we illustrated above. In order to properly assign roles and responsibility to all managerial positions, it is important to recognize the key differences between low level, middle level and top level management. So we'll see and understand what is the difference between these 3 levels of management. So as an abstract, we can say here, the top level managers are responsible for controlling and overseeing the entire organization. Middle level managers are responsible for executing organizational plans which comply with the company's policies. They act as an intermediary between top level and low level management. Low level managers focus on the execution of tasks and deliverables, serving as role models for the employees they supervise. Okay. All businesses are comprised of a vast variety of different managerial tasks. When these are coordinated properly and there is a strong hierarchical managerial system in place, an organization can be extremely efficient in creating value through the production of their products, services, and overall workflow. Okay. So different types of managed businesses we have, either small or big. So the top level managers, they have certain goals. The owners have the goals. They frame policies and procedures. They pass it on to their lower level managers. The middle level manager act as a mediator between the top level and the lower level. So when this hierarchy is maintained, or flow of the hierarchy is in a proper way, then only the organization can succeed and create value in the market. Okay. So as we have studied the three levels of management, here I have just taken an example. So at the top we have this top level manager, and we have here three middle level managers. Consider there are three departments. So I will take it as an example. Consider the top level manager. This is our principal. Okay. And here consider we have three different departments: Department of Commerce, Department of Science, and Department of Arts. We are all middle level managers. Okay. So in each department we have two more managers. Consider in each department, Department of Commerce, consider I have two staff over here. Similarly, Department of Science, two staff members. Department of Arts, two staff members. So I have just related this. Ours is the educational institute, but usually these we consider it in a business, a higher level of organizations. So I have been telling you since the first day, as a student of commerce and management, whenever it comes to management or finance, always consider that you are studying for a top level management or you are studying for a big organizations. Usually whenever we go for finance, we study for joint stock companies. So similarly, you have an owner over here. There are three different sections. Consider I call it as a production department, sales department, and marketing department. So each department you have managers over here. Within them you have two subordinates. Clear about this? These we call them as low level management. So this is a pyramid of top level, middle level, and lower level. The functions and roles performed by each of the levels you have already studied in detail. The top level is a policy maker, the middle level is the executor, and we have lower level management who is responsible for the execution of the work that is being framed by the top level management. Okay. So here I have taken one more example about the upper management, middle management, and lower level management. So this will study in a more clear view in my next slide. Yeah, you can see it clearly. The top level management, they are either the president of the organization or CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer. In the middle level, we have vice president. So as I've said you, there are three different departments under the top management, that is sales and marketing, operations, and accounts. So for every department we have the managers, we are calling them as vice president. Okay. Now within this we have, within the operations we have supervisor A, supervisor B, and supervisor C. These are the low level managers. Okay. Within them again we have shop floor workers. We have workers over here. Okay. So this is the organization structure. So today we have studied about the different levels of management. So we have studied the top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. What are these management? What is their roles? And we have also studied the differences of these three levels of management. You have seen certain examples also. So hope you have understood it. Thank you for watching this, and if you have any comments, please comment in the comment section and subscribe my videos so that you can get all the updated videos. Thank you.